Hi everyone. Today we present the how illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing impact to marine security. First of all, I would like to introduce what maritime security and IUU fishing. Maritime security is umbrella term informed to classify issue in the maritime domain that are often related to national security. Marine environment, economic development, and human security. This is include the world's ocean, but also regional seas and territory waters and rivers and ports. The theoretical concept of maritime security has evolved from narrow perspective of national naval power projection toward a buzzword that incorporate many interconnected subfields. The definition of the term maritime security varies the while internationally agreed definition exists. The term has often been used to describe both existing and new regional and international challenges to maritime domain. The buzzword character enable international actors to discuss the new challenges without the need to define every potentially concept. The next part is IUU fishing. IUU stand for illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. IUU fishing include all fishing that breaks fishers' laws or occurs outside the reach of fishers' laws and regulation. Kavidu, now your turn.
Impact of Sri Lankan National Plan of Action to Illegal, Reported, Unreported, and Unregulated Fishing. National Plan of Action and Illegal, Unreported, and Unregulated secure the fishery resources and conservation of marine environment. The attendees of the Sri Lankan National Plan of Action and Illegal, Unreported, and Unregulated are fishing boat owners, fishing boat skippers, fishing traders, and exporters. There are so many regulations and principles for the prevention and eliminate illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka can prevent from the illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing because of partnership of some particular agreements such as United Nations Convention Agreement, management of fish stock membership of IOTC. Under those agreements, no person is allowing fishing operation in Sri Lankan water without a license. Another section has mentioned that they should not use any poisons, explosive or harmful material for fishing in Sri Lankan water. And anyone can't catch land, transport, sell, buy or any marine mammal or turtles. So by the action from above agreements, they have secured the fishery in Sri Lanka. Next, I will invite Lasita.
Thank you, Kautu. My point is, what are the terms which include under illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing? IUU fishing behaviors include activities referred to as serious violation in fishing stocks agreement, such as fishing without a valid license, misreporting catch data, fabricate or secret the vessels in identify or route, or barrier the work of inspector or enforcers. Further, European legislation establishes a presumption of IUU fishing in respect of activities such as engaging in unauthorized transshipment. IUU fishing can affect the food and work security of vulnerable human population and has harmful consequences for economic development as well as a destructive effect on ocean wildlife. Nimi, this is your time.
Thus, some of international rules and regulations for IUU fishing. A framework of international instruments has been developing over the last decades and together include a powerful suite of tools which can be used to combat IUU fishing. First one is United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, 1982. It defines the rights and responsibilities of nations with respect to their use of the world's ocean, establishing guidelines for businesses, the environment, and the management of marine natural resources. Second one is Food and Agriculture Organization Agreement to promote compliance with international conservation and management measures by fishing vessels on the high seas in 1993. It aims to prevent the reflagging of vessels fishing on the high seas under the flags of states that are unable or unwilling to enforce international fisheries conservation and management measures. The maintenance of records of fishing vessels, international cooperation are covered extensively by the provisions of the agreement. Next one is United Nations Fish Stocks Agreement in 1995. It aims to ensure the long-term conservation and sustainable use of straddling and highly migratory fish stocks within the framework of United Nations Convention for the Law of the Sea. The agreement also spells out the duties of flag states, including those related to registration and records of vessels, authorization, MCS, and compliance and enforcement. The cooperation in international, regional, and sub-regional enforcement is also addressed, along with boarding and inspection procedures and port state measures. Now I invite Tharni to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Nimmi. Next one is FAO Code of Conduct for Responsibility Fishers in 1995. It's included comprises principles and international standard of behavior for responsible fishing practice and aquaculture development. It serves as a reference for national and international effort, including for policies and instrument to ensure sustainable exploitation of aquaculture's living resources in harmony with the environment. Next one is FAO agreement, International Plan of Action to Prevent, Deter, and Elimination Illegal, Unreported, and Unregulated Fishing in 2001. It is a toolbox combat IUU fishing for use by all states in general, flag state, coastal state, market state, port state, and RFMOS. The IUU call upon all countries to develop in implementation a consistent national plan of action and review it periodically. Next one is FAO agreement on port state measure to prevent, deter, and eliminate illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing in 2009. Its aim prevent vessel engaged in IUU fishing from using a port and landing their catches, thereby reducing in institute of such a vessel to continue to operate and blocking fishers' product derived from IUU fishing from research in national and international market. The agreement also covered the roles of flag state and RFOMS MOS in implementation of port state measure. Now your turn, Tashmi.
Seventh one is voluntary guidelines for flag state performance in 2014. It's provide guidelines to strengthen and monitor compliance by the flag state with their international duties and obligation regarding the flagging and control of fishing vessels. And also it covers the relevant responsibilities of flag state on the basis of elements contained in international law, including binding and non-binding international fishery instrument. Eighth one is the port statement measure agreement in 5th June 2016. One of the most recent and significant achievement in the fight to prevent, deter, and eliminate the IUU fishing was the entry into force of the agreement on port measure to prevent, deter, and eliminate the illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing on 5th June 2016. And also, this marked the first ever binding the international agreement, especially forgetting IUU fishing. And Hanson Ali, now you can continue the.
Food and Agriculture Organization and global initiatives to combat illegal and unreported and unregulated fishing. As a responsible organization, Food and Agriculture Organization has get so many steps to avoid an illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing. They have ability to coordinate with other countries to enter into necessary agreements. Somehow, if another country help to or request to avoid the trade of fish and fishery products illegally in the law of the country, as a country, Sri Lanka will provide possible actions in integration with the terms and conditions of the instruction law. Illegally in the jurisdiction of that state, Sri Lanka will provide possible assistance in accordance with the terms agreed and the international law. Vishwati, now your turn.
FAO is providing necessary support to government for corporate fishing against through the fisheries management, as well as they provide informations appropriate. On the other hand, as an island country, Sri Lanka is responsible for cooperate with other states directly through the Indian Ocean Tuna Commission and also necessity through the other regional fisheries management organization to avoid, reduce and eliminate the illegal, unprotected and unregulated fishing is one of the biggest threats in Sri Lanka. Teja, now is your turn.
What are the milestones which are effective to IUU fishing? The Port State Measure Agreement. There are 5 key measurements that prior to the agreement coming to include. First one, designation of port receiving fishing vessel. It means ensuring that there is sufficient capacity to conduct appropriate inspection. Second one, require foreign fishing vessel. This means this will give authority an opportunity to spot any illicit behavior in advance. Third one is carrying out of inspection on vessel. This means receive of vessel papers, checking of fishing gear, examining of catches and screening of a vessel. Fourth one, Daniel of entry and or use of port to vessel engage in IUU fishing. This means when a vessel is denied entry to or use of port, 5 take measure and prosecution action. This means measure defined in the PSMA apply to foreign fishing vessel. However, states are expected to apply. I invite to Lakshi to continue presentation.
Okay, IUU or illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing is like a crime. According to that, we found 3 recommendations. First one is reduce the total revenue. Second one is increase the operating cost of vessels. Third one is increase the cost of risks of engaging in IUU activities. Firstly, I talk about reduce the total revenues. We can take as first action to reduce unregulated catches on seas and to take solutions for a current international law framework. And then can we convert the fishing to revenue? The objective is prevent IUU catches. Also can use some barriers and import restrictions. We can use labeling or a certification on the catch document and can earn higher prices than uncertified fish. And our second recommendation is increase the operating cost of vessels. According to that, can change taxes against IUU fishing activities. and flags of convenience vessels can take action against some goods and services. Also can establish other restrictions on fishing. Then third recommendation is increase the cost of risks of engaging in IUU activities. According to that, take the action to increase collaboration between states and build a procedure to hedge the risk zone. Also, do not make any rules, regulations, and actions to give chance for a IUU. So, all us must be try to do IUU fishing as offense. If you have any questions, you can use these references. Thank you. Have a nice day.